So I guess I wanted to start, first of all, with Stephen Chung's paper. And he was interested in the kind of crossover artists, as it were, between photography and the kind of runway stages, and then the stages of the studio system in 1950s Korean cinema. And I really appreciated this kind of move to complicate the category of westernization, which I feel is often just overrides a lot of the kind of historical, even competitions within Westernness, like the battles, the multiple colonialisms, the kind of estrangements even. And by treating fashion as not only kind of a product of French, perhaps Japanese New Wave kind of relationships, but also showing the kind of internal dissonances of this like mind meld of Audrey Hepburn and Givenchy, because these are really different client bases, right? Audrey Hepburn's a gamine, right, who she doesn't commission anything, things are given to her, but a Givenchy matron is someone who commissions fashion. So there's even really different subject positions, I think, embodied in the fashion that's on display in this film. So that was interesting to me. And I wondered if you might be interested in pushing the idea of, this idea of the crossover artist between two very different, between two media that exist in this kind of lace between print culture, visual culture, and kind of cinematic publicity, right? One thing that in the movie Madame Freedom, which is one you talked about briefly at the end, is really invested in the sound system. And just thinking again of Michel Chion's term for the cinema, which is audio vision, right? It's not just visual things we look at, but that there's something we're listening to. Just the way that music is deployed in this film, in Madame Freedom, is really fascinating. For one thing, it's the idea of the standard kind of kept coming back to me, because there's some performance sequences that, oddly enough, feature music by this Cuban band leader. I don't know if anyone's a mambo fan. I know the mambo dance. Well, the dance, or the film is kind of famed for its notorious dance sequence, right? And people talk a lot about the body and the visuality, but in fact, it's the mambo, and it's the mambo that's a kind of lure of this kind of ambivalent matron from her respectable home life into the honky-tonk world of the nightclubs.